I just want to tell you a little bit about Charlie. Charlie is a really fine classical pianist. He plays Mozart concertos, Beethoven concertos, Shostakovich, everything. But he has an ability which is quite rare among classical musicians, which is that he can improvise. He can make stuff up without seeing it on the page. And in fact, I think that's how you started playing the piano, isn't it, Charlie? Tell us about that.
That's right. So I started piano when I was about 3, and until I was 7, I couldn't read a note of music. So I'd basically play everything by ear and make my own versions of things, versions of everything from the Backstreet Boys to Great Balls of Fire, and everything other than Shostakovich and Mozart and Beethoven. And I'd also make up my own pieces. I really enjoyed, playing stuff, and so even though I started classical music, I started actually beginning to perform some of my improvisations in actual classical concerts. So sometimes I'll get 4 random notes from random people in the audience, put those together to hopefully make a not so random sounding piece of music and see what you get.
There are some great videos out there on YouTube of Charlie at the age of 8 with very few teeth and feet that won't reach the pedals, playing a storm up on the piano. It's just great. Check it out if you can. And improvisation, I mean, that is a tradition which was part of the classical world in Mozart and Beethoven's time, wasn't it? They improvised, right?
Absolutely. A lot of the pieces that are written for classical music will have like a cadenza or something where people were expected to just make up stuff. And eventually it kind of became the habit where they would write out what to play. And unfortunately, the improvisation, that art has kind of been a little bit lost in classical music.
Well, you're going to carry it on. I think that's great. Speaking of which, the piece you're about to play was originally an improvisation. Is that right?
That's right. So I was recording my first classical album a long time ago in college. And a couple roommates of mine, they said, Charlie, what you need to do is instead of actually just doing only classical, you should put in some easy listening type, very simple music that sounds pretty that we can study to. And so when I was in the hall recording, I did a few quick improvs, something keeping that in mind, and I got this next piece, Touch the Piece, P-E-A-C-E.
That's great. Well, that's perfect for Christmas. We're looking forward to hearing it.
Let's give it a try.
was wonderful, Charlie. You know, this is the fourth time that he's played that piece in this series of concerts. And every time it's different. He's still improvising. You know,
Magic of improvisation.
It's just great. Thank you for that.